Stivi Brouwers and Mehmet Demici are hoping to become professional football players. They already play in the youth team of Rot-Weiss Essen, but they hope one day to play in the Bundesliga. Will they fulfill their dream? Are they in the wrong team?
We're underestimated.
Other teams underestimate us because Rot-Weiss isn't as high up as Schalke or Dortmund.
It's fun, even though it's sometimes stressful.
Once German champions, Rot-Weiss Essen are now only in the 4th league. But the youth teams are first class, and the coaches are very demanding. Stivi and Mehmet have yet to prove themselves, but they hope that Rot-Weiss Essen will be a springboard to a great football career. This is Rot-Weiss Essen's football academy. Not quite as flashy as others, those of regional rivals Schalke and Dortmund, but first league standard still. Stivi and Mehmet play for the under-14s. They train 4 times a week and play matches at the weekend. There's a big game against Borussia Dortmund in 3 days' time, when they'll find out if they've made it to the next level.
It's really important, because this is when people are selected for the under-15s. We've got to get in so that we can prove ourselves.
And if not, they're out. Strict rules, but it's the only way the youth teams at Rot-Weiss Essen can keep up with the big clubs. All of them are in the highest league, thanks to the efforts of coach Dennis Blaschik.
Your goal is to get the ball and then dribble it behind the 16th line. We can keep up. We're doing really well. Year in, year out, we're here and making it tough for the other teams to come to Essen and play against us.
Stivi is a striker. He has to fight hard to keep his position in the team.
Stivi played in the under-12 team. We got him from Wattenscheid 09. It was really tough for him at the beginning, but he's really developed in the past weeks and months, and now he's playing very well.
Mehmet is a defender, and he's done really well for himself this season.
It's Mehmet's 4th year with me. He's really developed extremely well. He still had some problems with the under-11s. He was a bit heavier. But he's developed, and his personal life has too, and we're really satisfied. Now he's captain of the under-14s.
Mehmet's mother, Hatice, is cooking soup for her son. It's in line with the football club's nutrition plan. How was today?
It was good.
What did you do?
We did some engineering, made chemicals.
Mehmet's big brother gives some advice.
You're the head of defense, so you have to shout, "Come on, guys, go there," or "Guys, do that." Hold your head high. You have to
Motivate
them.
The expectations are high, and not for nothing. Mehmet's cousin is no less than German football champion Mesut Özil.
He's really nice. Like me, he started out with Rot-Weiss. Maybe I'll go up too. I really like the way he passes the ball, the way he has a clear view, and the way he communicates.
Like Özil, Mehmet also has Turkish roots. But he's only been to Turkey on holiday. Born and raised in Essen, he feels as German as he does Turkish.
Sein Torjubel ist auch legendär. Und der hat das noch von seinem Bruder. Sein Bruder?
Hallo. Hi.
Stivi comes from a family of athletes and has 6 siblings. His father, Peter Brouwers, played ice hockey. His mother, Angelika, played football. But they're not putting pressure on him. They say he's putting enough pressure on himself as the decision about his future looms.
You can tell he's really putting a lot of effort into it now. Before he was a little more relaxed, but now he's really ambitious. He really wants to get ahead, and so we don't have to say anything to him. I keep telling him that it might not be so bad to take a step back. If you notice that you're quite a long way off the top 11, then maybe you can attack from the start again.
und nochmal von unten anzugreifen.
Of course, Mehmet and Stivi still have homework to do. They're both in vocational schools, and they have good marks despite the lack of time because of football. Rot-Weiss Essen doesn't have a boarding school like some of the big clubs, but they provide assistance for the youth players.
Can I just write that Mr. Steinmeier said,
Or acknowledged.
There's excitement ahead of the big match against Dortmund. These players are temporary friends, though. Some won't make the cut. Others will be snatched up by bigger clubs. Scouts have their eye on the 13 and 14-year-olds and are sometimes quite aggressive in their recruiting techniques, says Enrico Schleinetz, the head of the academy.
We're a prime example in Germany of kids being recruited away. We've lost 50 players to bigger academies in the past 3 years. That's huge. We discovered or supported 50 talented players that we then lost.
Schleinetz, who's run the academy for 4 years, talks to the coaches every day about the youth's development. Of course, to build up the team, but also to cash in if the players transfer to other clubs. In such a case, Rot-Weiss gets some money for the training costs. Mesut Özil brought in almost €1 million.
Of course money comes in, but you shouldn't forget that you don't get an Özil every year. I wouldn't venture to say that there are 4 guys out there today who'll bring in €500,000 in 6 years, so let's build a clubhouse now.
Today, Mehmet is acting as ball boy at the semifinals in the Lower Rhine Championship. There are some 20,000 people in the audience. Rot-Weiss Essen has the biggest regional fan base after Schalke and Dortmund. Stivi is also in the stadium today. Essen is playing against KFC Uerdingen, which also once played in the Bundesliga. But it's not looking good for Essen. Uerdingen is taking control.
Oh Gott, doch, das war ihr letztes Spiel.
Essen doesn't know what to do.
Essen isn't using any of its chances to score. They've had so many opportunities and haven't managed one.
Uerdingen wins. 2-0. This defeat is particularly bitter.
Of course it's disappointing if you play for the club. Rot-Weiss had a lot of chances in the first half, but they didn't score and let 2 stupid goals in.
So yet another defeat for Rot-Weiss Essen. The team has been waiting for better times for over 40 years.
If you're in the under-15s, then the first goal is to try to be among the top 11. And then you can always go up more. You're definitely at the top of the middle range, and you should just continue playing like this. Set yourself the goal of being in the top 11 of the under-15s, and then you'll be well on your way, my boy.
Mehmet has made it, and a new era is about to begin. The coaches told him that he'd be joining the under-15s in the summer. He's on his way to becoming a professional. Stivi, on the other hand, hasn't yet quite convinced the coaches. He wants to stay at Essen, and one day he would love to play in this stadium.
That would be so cool. I can't really imagine it, standing there in the centre or somewhere on the pitch and only seeing fans. And then I score and everyone roars. That would be so cool.
Reality check. The match against Dortmund still lies ahead. The first leg was a disaster for Essen. They were thrashed 7-0.
The goalkeepers are wearing grey.
I slept well, but I had nightmares.
This is going to be a good match. We're going to be great, and we're going to have a good day.
Sagen, aber gib Gas, gib mehr. Noch mehr Gas. Jungs, mehr als 100%.
Männer!
Gib alles rein, alles geben.
Jeder kämpft für jeden, okay, Jungs?
Wer ist es direkt vom Niederrhein? Nur der Weg kommt, Jungs! Jungs, alle wach sein beim Laufen, alle!
Dortmund dominates right from the start. Essen doesn't have a chance. Stivi is keen, running a lot, not giving up the ball. But his rivals aren't always fair, and they're simply bigger.
Stivi, paar gute Aktionen dabei.
Well, there was some good playing on Stevie's part, but he could have done a few things better.
Mehmet doesn't have much time to take a breather. He doesn't make any mistakes. But he can't prevent the goals. Stivi has to sit out the second half. The differences between big and small clubs are obvious here. And the result is 7-0 to Dortmund.
We stupidly let goals in and we made mistakes at the beginning. That's how you lose a game.
The Bundesliga is still a very long way off. In the end, only 1 in 1,000 youth footballers makes the big time. But Mehmet and Stivi will continue to dream. And at least for the next season, they'll both be playing. Stivi finally got the green light too.